In 3, 2, and 1. You can start. All right, let's do the usual. Let's get some breathing in. Let's settle in. So close your eyes to start if that's comfortable for you. And let's take 3 centering breaths. Let's breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Settle in, let your shoulders come down towards the mat as you breathe out here. And then one more time, let's breathe in. Really feel your chest expand, maybe lengthen your spine. And then controlled out breath, settling in even further. And one last deep breath. Let's breathe in through the nose, out of the mouth. Nice. All right. And then we're just going to focus in on the breath, see how it feels. Really find where you feel it strongest, whether that's where the air hits your nostrils as you breathe in, it can be where the air hits your lips as you breathe out. If you feel it strongest in your chest or your belly, just pay attention to that. Okay, we're just breathing, inhaling, exhaling, letting it guide us. Okay, if there's any noise around you or any bodily sensation that you're noticing, just let those happen as we continue to sit here and breathe. Right? Just relax. So we've been having pretty bad weather in San Francisco, Bay Area at large. I don't know about Boulder. But sometime, for example, yesterday I was just sitting there, looking out the window, looking at the rain, being happy that I was inside, not getting wet. So meditation is kind of the same way. Imagine that you're just looking at yourself, seeing what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's happening around you, and just letting everything happen. At any rate, let's take one last deep breath in, and then hold it at the top. When you hear the singing bowl being played, you can release and open up your eyes. All right, I'm gonna hop off my block. You can open up your eyes if you haven't already. Let's start with a sitting spinal stretch. So let's start with the left side. So let's plant that right palm, the left knee. Give yourself a twist, pushing against the floor with the left hand, turning the chin in towards the left shoulder, seeing how far back behind you can look. Okay, really feel that stretch in the neck as well. All right, and then let's breathe out. Let's come back to center. And let's get our other side. pressing into the right knee with the left hand, turning clockwise, excuse me. For example, I can see one of my neighbors just woke up, got their light turned on. Good job, neighbor. Let's turn back around, back to center, and let's get a sitting side stretch. So let's take our hands and arms and reach up, and then I'm going to start my left. So plant that left palm on the mat. Right arm reaches above your head, fingertips towards the upper left-hand corner of the room. Okay, using the arm that's on the floor, play with that distance, see how far you can go. As long as it's comfortable, don't overreach. And as you breathe out, let's bring that left arm back up in the air and let's come down to the right side. Okay, really pay attention to where you feel that stretch from your left hip all the way up through your side to your fingertips. Ooh. All right, as you exhale here, let's bring the right arm back up. And let's lower our hands down to heart center. And let's get our inner thighs with cobbler pose. So soles of the feet together. Bring your heels in towards your soft tissue. And then just bend forward, letting your knees drop down towards the mat. Okay, pretend that there's a string from your navel to your toes, and you want to shorten that distance. Okay, you can pull it yourself in towards your feet if you want to. Ooh. All right, let's go for stage 2. Let's round out our backs and reach forward. So reach for me as I reach for you. All right, and then let's come on up. All right, let's stand up. Let's get our hamstrings. I think we all know what's coming. Get into that wide stance, toes facing forward. Let's bring the arms up top. And then we're going to swan dive forward. Nice and easy. Let's start with folding our forearms and rocking side to side. Okay. Feeling each hamstring engage a little bit deeper as you hit each side. All right. And then let's plant the right palm on the ground right in front of your face and rotate your left arm up, reaching for the ceiling with the left fingertips, opening up that chest, opening up the left shoulder. Okay, and just like the sitting side stretch, I want you to turn your chin into that left shoulder, looking up if your body allows. And then let's take one last deep breath in. And on the exhale, bring that left arm back down to the earth and swap palms. That left palm is on the ground. And then let's get our right side. So we're reaching up towards the ceiling with the right fingertips. Letting those hamstrings open up on the bottom of our body. And then let's swing that right arm back down. Move a yoga block. And then a slow 10 count. Let's straighten up our torso. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, then you can bring your legs together. Let's get our shoulders and our triceps. So let's start with the left arm. Excuse me, forgot my left and my right for a second there. I guess the side doesn't really matter. Choose what works for you. We're gonna hit both sides anyways. And then let's switch arms. I always forget that I mirror my videos, so everyone does the opposite of what I'm doing. That's a little freaky. It's normally useful. All right, let's release. Let's get the left arm behind the head, pulling in gently on that elbow with the right hand. And if you want, you can even tilt towards your right for a little bonus side stretch. We all know I like bonuses, especially when they're free. I love free stuff. All right, let's straighten up, swap arms. Right arm behind the head, pulling on the right elbow. Okay, bonus lean to the left if that's what you're into. All right, and then let's straighten up and release the arm. Let's get our necks. So let's make a chicken wing on the left side. So grab that right wrist, drop the head down to the left side. Okay. The head's going away from the right shoulder. And if you want, you can even rotate your head back and forth and find wherever the tight spot is for you. Yeah, I always feel that my neck plays this game with me on a daily basis and chooses a different spot to be weird. All right, and then bring your head back up and let's swap sides. It's about long enough for the left. So now we're on the chicken wing on the right. And drop the head down towards the right shoulder. And just rotating the head back and forth. Ooh. Nice. All right, bring the head back to center and then let's release that left wrist and then reach towards the floor with your fingertips, letting the front of your neck, top of your chest stretch, and drop your chin to the top of your chest and rotate your head over to the right. And let's get our necks for a second set. And then roll your head over to the left. Ooh. Let's go back to the right. We're going to do 3 sides each time. And then back to the left for rounding out the second set. Okay, back to the right one more time. Let's go to the left. Yeah, our necks are starting to feel nice and loose, nice and happy. And then bring your head back to center. Okay, and since we reached the arms toward the ground, now let's do a standing side stretch. So feet together, reach for the ceiling with the arms. And I'm going to start my right side. So right arm slides down your right leg. Your left arm is reaching over your head to the right side of the room. You're turning your chin up towards the ceiling or up towards the inside of your left elbow. Feeling this stretch from your hip through your side. And then let's reach up towards the ceiling with the right arm and drop the left arm down. And let's get the other side. Ooh. And as always, if you notice that you're bending at your elbow, just straighten up that forearm. You don't need to lock it out, but we want to get that stretch all the way down your right side. Okay. And then let's bring the left arm back up. And then bring the hands back to heart center. And then let's get Malasana. Let's get two more leg ones before we move on. So let's do Malasana. So find a nice medium stance. Okay, prep the inner thighs mentally. I like to start my hands at heart center as we lower down towards the earth or towards your mat. Okay, keeping the head and chest up. Don't just lean forward into the ground. That's weird. Also, you might tip forward and fall over. We don't want that either. And if you want to push on the inside of your knees with your elbows, that's cool too. Optional. All right, let's take one super deep breath in. Okay, so let's inhale. And as you breathe out, put the hands on the knees or somewhere in the legs to support yourself coming out. Okay, nice and easy. And we're going to do a split leg hamstring stretch. So I'm going to start on my right. Right leg is out in front, right toes are facing forward, my heels are in line. Let's bring the arms up top. And then swan dive over the straight front leg. Okay, and on this side, let's drive the left hip towards the front ankle. Okay, either resting your hands on the floor or resting your hands on your shin or your ankle, wherever is possible for you. All right, and let's bend the front knee and come on up. And then let's switch sides. Let's get the left leg out in front. My heels are in line. And then let's bring our arms up and swan dive over the straight left leg. Just like the other side, let's drive the right hip towards the front ankle, feeling the pinch in your left hamstring. And remember, don't hold your breath, continue to breathe, getting a little bit deeper in the stretch. In this case, get a little bit lower if you can with each out breath. All right, let's bend the front ankle or front knee. Come on up, don't bend the front ankle. That might be a little weird. All right, so get to the moving option. So come towards the front of your mat. Let's put your feet and legs together. Stand up nice and tall. Bring the arms up. And let's swan dive down. Reaching for the floor, reaching for the ground, reaching for your mat, however you want to think about it. Let's come up to flat back. Let's rest our hands on our shins or our knees. And then exhale, round out the back, plant both palms on the mat as you step or jump back to plank. You'll give me a chaturanga down to an upward dog. Okay, first upward dog of the day. Let's hold it for a moment. If your legs are on the ground, perfectly good. But let's work towards getting the knees up off the ground. All right, let's come back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. Into our first downward dog of the day. And for all my regulars out there, we know that means we're going to stretch our calves. So let's bend the left knee and drive the right heel down. And then switch sides. Let's get that left calf. Okay. I know we're stretching our calves, but remember, in downward dog, just spread your fingers. Push, push, push. And then switch sides back to the right calf. Okay, let's go back to the left for one last time. All right, let's straighten both legs. We're going to do our crescent pose. So bring the feet and legs together behind us. I'm going to start on my left. So Left leg goes up in the air. Let's swing it through and plant that left leg in front of us. Bring the arms and torso up for crescent pose. Okay, let's drive the back heel down towards the mat. Making sure that front knee is over the front ankle. And we all know prayer twist is coming, so let's bring the hands to namaste at our hearts and slowly transition into prayer twist. Our hands are stacked. The right elbow is into the left knee or left quad. Breathing, we're stretching, we're praying, we're multitasking. All right, and then let's return to crescent pose, reaching up towards the ceiling with the fingertips. And then as you breathe out, let's bring the arms and torso back down. Let's plant the palms, bring that left leg back to plank and chaturanga down to our upward dog. Come back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. And so we return to downward dog. And let's get our right side. So feet and legs together. Let's float the right leg, right heel up into the air. And let's swing it on through. And let's do crescent pose on the right. Ooh, that left hip is saying hello now. Okay, that back leg is straight and strong. Let's lower the hands down and come into prayer twist on the right. Whew. Hello, this one's real today. All right, and as you breathe out here, let's return to crescent pose. Remember, we're reaching up towards the ceiling. And then let's bring the arms and torso back down, plant those palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and we're going to chaturanga down to our upward dog. All right, come back to plank, and from here we're going to push up into our downward dog. Let's change up the sequence a little bit. Let's step our feet towards our hands. And then we're going to reverse swan dive until your hands are at the top. Ooh. Swan dive down. Okay, our hamstrings are feeling good. Back to flat back. And then exhale, round out. Plant both palms and step those feet into plank. And we're going to chaturanga down. Don't worry, we'll skip the push up in the next one. Okay, from upward dog, come back to plank and transition into downward dog. And let's do our warrior sequence. So feet and legs together. Let's float the left heel up into the air. And then swing it on through and plant it in front of you. And bring the arms and torso up into warrior one. Okay, remember warrior when that back heel is down. And then arms front and back for warrior two. And then let's dip back into reverse warrior. Putting a little bit of weight on that back leg with the right palm. All right, and then come back to warrior two. And let's do a straight leg triangle pose. I want everyone to straighten that front leg, straighten that knee. And then reach forward as much as you can with the right fingertips. Drop the left arm down. Whether or not your hand's either resting on your left leg, on the inside part of your left leg, or a little more advanced, you can put your hand on the outside part. That gets a little more fun. All right, and then let's pop back up into warrior two. Let's bend the front knee and come down into it. And as always, we undo everything. So let's dip back into reverse warrior. Ooh. back to warrior two. Okay, see how fluid you can be. Swing that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And as your arms and torso come down, that back heel comes up. Let's plant both palms. Left leg come back to plank and chaturanga down to upward dog. Okay, remember we're gonna do that sun salutation. So come back to plank and then step your feet towards your hands and reverse swan dive. So your hands at the top. And then we're gonna swan dive down. Round out the back. Let's come up into flat back. And then exhale and plant both palms down. Plant them. Come back to plank. Let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Okay. And then come into plank. Add push up here if you'd like. Back into downward dog. Let's get the right side. So feet and legs together. Let's bring the right leg, right heel up into the air. And swing it on through. And come to warrior one. Come into warrior two, arms front and back. Now let's dip back into reverse warrior. See how far back you could reach with those right fingertips. Back to warrior two. And then remember, we're doing the straight leg version, so straighten that front leg, reach as far forward as you can, and then drop the right hand down towards the ground, reaching up towards the ceiling with the left fingertips. Whew. All right, now let's pop back up into warrior two. Bend that front knee, get low into it once again. Now let's come into reverse warrior. Then back to warrior two. Swing that left arm forward and up into warrior one. And then let's bring the arms and torso back down as the back heel comes up into plank. Let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. All right, come back to plank and step or jump both feet towards your hands. Let's do that sun salutation. So reverse swan dive. Arms are at the top, or hands are at the top rather. And then let's swan dive back down. Coming up into flat back. And then exhale, let's plant both palms, returning to the mat, returning to plank. We're gonna chaturanga down into our upward dog. Yep, last downward dog coming. So back to plank, give me a push up here. Into our last downward dog of the day. Gonna hang out here for a moment or two. Push the floor away. Fingertips are spread. All right. So now let's step our feet towards our hands as we come into chair pose. So feet and legs together. Drop the bottom down. Arms come up. Okay, imagine like you're holding a box in between your hands. Arms are reaching towards your wall. Don't let your elbows flare. All right, and then slowly straighten up your body, keeping your arms up in the air. And get all your weight onto your toes. Let's work the calves. Okay, and we're gonna come down in 3, 2, 1. Let's lower the heels down, bring the hands to heart center. Let's do twisting chair pose to the left. And if your bottom's up in the air, see if you can bend those knees, get low into it. All right. And let's come back to center and straighten up, reaching for the ceiling with our hands up in the air, getting off those heels. Right? Breathing, breathing, breathing. As you breathe out here, lower the heels down, bring the hands back to center, and let's come into prayer, not prayer twist, excuse me, twisting chair pose. Literally the morning coffee hasn't quite set in yet. Hey, we got this far. All right, let's take one deep breath here. And as you breathe out, come to center. We're going to straighten upper bodies for a third and final time. Back onto the toes. Okay, give me a nice long reach. Oof. See if you get higher than the previous two times. And then let's exhale, lower down. Bring the hands back to center. I want to take our halfway bathroom break. Get a drink of water if you need to. We'll return in about 60 seconds. War zone out there. It's only breakfast time. All right, I think we're all here. Let's do a hip flexor stretch. We all love that. All right, I'm gonna start with my left leg out in front, but I guess it doesn't really matter what side you start with. We're gonna hit both sides. So let's find those 90 degrees with the knees and your ankles. And I'm gonna raise my right arm up. And remember to push your rotate your pelvis forward until you feel that pinch in the right side. And if you want to go for super extra bonus, even reach over to the left side of the room. All right, you're gonna bring that arm down. Let's switch legs. So right leg is out in front. Okay, if you want to untuck the back toes, that's good too. Let's rotate that pelvis so you feel the pinch in the left hip flexor. Arms reaching up. Let's pull from the top and the bottom. And we're breathing as we're holding. All right, let's bring that arm back down. And then we're going to resume our normal post-break table pose. I just wanted to get the hip flexors in. Right. So soles of the feet in front, palms planted behind, and let's prop ourselves up. Whew. I know I say this every week, but my shoulders always feel so great doing this one. Maybe it's because I'm neglecting to stretch my shoulders, or it's that I swim every Sunday. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Anywho, let's gently return back to the ground. Okay, let's lie down on our backs. And let's roll onto our shoulders, pushing our pelvis up towards the ceiling. Let's get into bridge. Ugh. Saying hello to the lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings. Okay. And then gently return back to the ground. Let's stretch our glutes. So let's bring the right ankle onto the left quad. Let's pull the left leg in, whether or not that's your shin or your hamstring. And let's do our 3 long breaths, breathing into the right side. So let's breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, number 2, let's breathe in and breathe out through the mouth. Ooh. Last breath on this side. Let's inhale. And release, feeling that stretch get deeper. Relax into it. And then let's bring the right leg out. Let's switch sides. We're making a figure 4 with our left leg. Pulling in the right leg or the right side. Beginning to engage the left glute. And let's do our 3 breaths on this side. So let's breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Once again, let's breathe in and breathe out through the mouth. Okay, last breath here. Let's really make it count. Let's breathe in and release the breath. Okay, and then release the legs. Let's stay on our backs for happy baby. So the legs return, both legs return up into the air. And we're going to pull on our feet, pulling the knees in towards the underarms, feeling the inner thighs. Okay, and then we're just going to rock side to side. You can even grab your big toes if that feels more comfortable for you. Ooh. But really get those inner thighs going. Okay, and then let's let go of your feet wherever you grab them and lower your legs down on the mat. We're going to stay on our backs. We're going to do our spine section. So let's hug in our right leg, right knee. And then let's grab the outside part of that knee with the left hand and pull our leg over to the left side of our body as we extend out our right arm towards the right. Okay, let's breathe and take care of our spines. And nice long out breaths. Breathing into the stretch. Ooh, my back just cracked. That was cool. Or not cool, depending on how you look at it. All right, let's bring the right leg back over. Let's pull in the left knee. Let's get the other side. So grabbing the outside part of the left knee, pulling the leg over. Left leg is out, or left arm is out to the left. Sorry, there's a lot of screaming over in my house. I'm trying to just let it be. multitasking, working my equanimity muscle like we did in meditation, letting other sounds happen as we focus in what we need to do. Okay, continue to breathe, relaxing in. All right, let's bring the left leg back to center. And then we're going to come in a cat-cow, so sit on up. You can roll up your mat. Okay, I'm gonna roll it up a few times. So we're on all fours. Arms and knee, or hands and knees about shoulder distance apart. And let's breathe in as we turn our head up, push our chest down. And then exhale, rounding out the back. Let's go. Inhale, head up. And then exhale, head down. Okay. Inhale, head up. Remember the chest is towards the ground. And then exhale, rounding out the back, pushing the floor away. Let's do two more times. Let's breathe in. And then as you exhale, round out your back. And then we'll do a one last breath cycle. So let's breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Ooh. All right. And then come to neutral spine. Then we're going into frog neck. So if you rolled up your mat, feel free to keep that one side rolled up. Okay, I'm going to roll up my other side. That's where my knees and my lower legs are going to go. Ooh. And remember, you want 90 degrees at your feet and shins, up your legs to your where your knees are. I'm sorry, did I say I got ankles and feet? Oh, and then slowly push your bottom towards the back wall. And if your bottom goes past your knees, you probably should spread your knees and your ankles a little bit further. Okay, with each out breath, let's relax the legs. Maybe push back a little bit further with those arms, controlling how deep you get into the stretch. Ooh. Okay, and then we're going to exit in 3, 2, 1, and come forward to get out. Ooh. Hello, inner thigh. All right, unravel your mat. We're going to do pigeon next. So return of plank, or the plank. I'm going to start by planting my right foot behind my left wrist, dropping both knees down. Okay, untuck the back toes. Get as low as you can, or low as is comfortable. Okay, I'm just going to rock forward and back, finding that tight spot, see how low I can get. And remember, we're always going to hang out in pigeon for a while. Ooh. Saying hello to all the good parts of that right leg. Okay, let's go for 45 seconds total. So we have like 10 seconds left. And then we'll come on up and add the quad. Okay. So no matter where you were, let's plant both palms on the mat. Let's push ourselves up. And let's reach back with the left arm. Let's pull in the left heel towards our bottom. And really get that left quad going. Ooh, ooh, cool, cool, cool. Let's drop that left leg down, come back to plank, and let's get the other side. So left foot's planted behind the right wrist, both knees come down. Just finding whichever position lets us feel the stretch the most. Just like the other side, we're going to do 45 seconds. So continue to breathe, find your happy place in this pose. And if you need to bring in the front ankle a little bit to get a little bit lower, so you can get more into the stretch, do what works best for you. All right. And then let's plant both palms on the mat in front of us. Let's get that right quad going. Oh my. Okay, give me one last pull on that leg or the toes. And let's release the leg. Let's get off the left leg. Now let's get the front of our body. Let's do camel. Okay. Or if you can get towards camel, that's what we're working towards. So let's put our hands on our lower backs. Just lean backwards. And if that's enough for you, that's great. You want to take a little bit further, one hand at a time. You can try to place your hands on your heels. Really just stretch the front of your body. Ooh, dropping the head back. This one kind of gets the shoulders too. But if you're in the upward position, just lean back as far as you can, as far as your body allows. Ugh. Hello. I like to say hello to different parts of my body, clearly. All right, no matter which position you're in, let's return. Let's get out of it. Oof. And then we're going to let's do a quick child's pose. Let's go for something easy. So knees are about as wide as the mat. Let's just reach forward. Ugh. And just listen to your body. Don't force anything. We're going to take a quick breather. All right. Let's come up and out of it. Let's get some more hamstrings. Let's get another spine stretch. So have a seat. Let's do the spine stretch first. So I'm going to start with my left leg out in front. I'm going to plant my right foot on the left side of my left leg. I'm going to turn clockwise, wrapping my left arm around my right knee. Right hand is planted on the ground behind me. A little extra push with the right hand. All right, let's unravel ourselves. Switch legs. So the right leg is out in front. Left foot's planted. And then we're turning, wrapping our right arm around our left knee. And turn the chin towards the left shoulder as well. Ooh. These days need to get longer sooner. The rain needs to go away. Let's unravel ourselves. And since our right leg is out in front, we're gonna get that right hamstring. Okay, so I'm gonna flex the right foot, bring in the left heel towards your soft tissue. And then let's add the arms up top and exhale over the straight right leg. I sound like a record player from that first hamstring stretch. Okay, let's stay here for another 10 seconds or so. No. And then let's release that side, sit on up. Let's switch legs so the excuse me, left leg's out in front. Right heel is in towards the soft tissue. Left foot is flexed. Let's add the arms up top as we exhale over our straight left leg. And really get as much out of that stretch as you can. As we do both sides individually, and then next we'll get both legs together. All right, give me one last reach on just the left side. And as you breathe out, let's straighten up our bodies. Let's get both legs out in front. Okay, ankles, shins, knees, quads touching, flexing the feet, adding the arms. And then we're going to exhale. I think I'm going to go for the over the toe version on this one. Ooh. Prevents me from cheating because it doesn't let my toes point forward. And I'm really feeling that in my calves as well. Ooh. All right, give me one last pull, 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 pull. All right, let's release that. Ooh, those hamstrings are feeling nice and they're just feeling nice. All right, we're at 53 minutes. We're a little bit ahead of time as for some reason. So let's do a little bit of abs just for fun because I hate it. I hate everyone. Let's do boat. So boat, you want your legs straight up in the air, keeping your back straight. Add the arms forward. The goal is keeping your arms parallel with your legs, but if your arms are down a little bit, that works too. You can reach the front of the room. Okay, if you're like me and you're shaking everywhere, that's cool. Woo, means it's working. We're gonna hold it for another 3, 2, 1. Let's bring the legs down. Plant the left foot, bring the left heel in. We're gonna do half boat. So return the right leg up into the air. We're not messing around. Okay, for those of you at home that hate this, I got this from P90X. They did it in their yoga video, and I hated it every single week. But it seems to help. All right, let's lower down. Let's get the other side. We're going to half boat on the other side. So right foot's planted, left foot is up in the air, arms are reaching. Woo, and we are shaking. Hello. All right, that's enough of that. Ooh. I had a stretch in mind, but I forgot it. You know what? Let's do our closing sequence. Let's do our last child's pose of the day. So knees are about as wide as your mat. And then you can exhale forward. Resting either your forehead or your temple on your mat. Think about everything you just did. maybe reflecting on last week, what you did over the weekend, or maybe setting the intention for the week ahead. Okay. And then as you come forward and out of child's pose, gently rotate onto your back, come into Shavasana or corpse pose, and do a body check. Scan yourself from head to toe. You can close your eyes here. We're gonna go for 90 seconds. I want you to lie as still as you possibly can. Arms are at your sides, feet are legs are relaxed. I won't say anything in 3, 2, 1. All right, that was about 90 seconds. Let's keep our eyes closed as we reach our arms up. Give me a nice morning stretch. Ugh. One where you're kind of shaking as you stretch. Okay. Let's roll onto one side and rest your head and face right on your hands. We're just gonna chill here for a few moments, taking care of ourselves. Okay. Whichever arm is on top, let's plant that palm right on the mat or floor. Let's push ourselves back up into lotus position. Whew. Let's think about everything you just did. Feeling good. So let's do our 3, sounding breaths. Let's lengthen our spines. You can close your eyes here if you like. And let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Oh. Okay, next one, let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Oh. All right, last one. Let's really make it count. Let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Oh. Let's bring our hands to Namaste at heart center. You can repeat after me if you like. May you have clear and kind intentions. Bring our hands to our forehead. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's bring our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And back to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friend.